You are a literal genius. You are literally a genius. Want to know how I know? Because I'm a genius too. And geniuses are able to communicate with, attract, and resonate with other geniuses. So if you're here and you're resonating with what I'm saying, if this video came across your feed and you clicked on it for whatever reason and you're still staying, baby, I got some news for you. You're a genius. And I think part of the journey, the struggle, the task of the genius is to recognize and accept for yourself that you're a genius. You might be tempted to want to be relatable to a bunch of non-geniuses. You want them to understand you and to like you, and you maybe want them to approve of you and validate you as a genius first. But I mean, they're not geniuses. They don't have the level of genius that you do. They can't translate you. They can't interpret your genius. That's not their job. It's the job of the genius to recognize the genius. So I'm doing my job. I love that for us. Let me give you some definitions just in case you're trying to convince yourself, no, I'm not a genius. She must be talking about someone else. I'm not a genius. I'm just a regular person. Okay, well, genius primarily refers to exceptional intellectual ability, creative productivity, or a person who possesses such rare natural talent. That's you. The term can also informally describe someone brilliantly clever or refer to a distinct spirit or identifying character. So, like, you have a genius fashion sense. I'm picking up that you are someone who, you're a genius at connecting things that seem to everyone else like unconnected. You're able to make that connection. You're able to weave things together in ways we've never seen before. It's really freaking visionary, and I love that. Yeah, exceptional talent, natural ability, intelligence, or skill that far exceeds the norm. And you see what these normies are like, okay? The bar is very low. I think we give everyone from, Kanye West to Elon Musk the mantle of genius. So if those guys can conceive of themselves as geniuses, why can't you? Are you trying to be humble? You don't want to, oh, I don't want people, like, oh, I'm just, nothing special about me. If you're resonating with my messages, there is something special about you. And one of those things is that you are a genius. Your way of seeing the world is brilliant. It's genius. Regular non-genius people don't see the world the way you do. They don't navigate through the world like you do. They don't make the choices that you do. And I mean, that's not their job. Their job is not to be a genius. Their job is not to have genius ideas. That's your job. And it's not even really a job because it's just what you do naturally. What is stopping you is you kind of censoring yourself. You have a genius idea and then you talk yourself out of it. You gaslight yourself. You say, nah, that's not genius. If it was genius, someone else would have thought about it. Why? Why do you think that? There aren't that many geniuses walking around out there. My channel is not the most popular channel. That's because I resonate with geniuses. I resonate with the exceptional people, the exceptions to the rule. So that means there's not, going to be a lot of us in comparison to, the non-geniuses. And I bet you have this feeling like, oh, well, there's no better or worse. I mean, okay, that sounds like something non-geniuses might want the geniuses to think. So you feel bad about your genius, like, oh, I'm no smarter than it. Like, yeah, you are. You pick up on things that other people don't. Other people don't even think to pick up on the things that you pick up on. Genius. Okay. An interesting thing I found about the word genius is that it comes from ancient Roman religion. A genius was a guardian attendant spirit that watched over a person from birth and determined their character, talents, and continuity over generations. which is interesting. That to me, it makes me think of like your Ori, your highest self, which is also you. Sometimes we think about like our highest self as someone outside of us who is like different from us, and we are not them, but you are them. They're in you. You just have to connect with them. You just have to attune to them, resonate with them, and stop gaslighting them. Like, you're not a genius. I know that, you know, brilliant idea just came in out of nowhere, but nah, it's probably not that special. Why would you? That's not what's going on. You are a genius. Your higher self is dropping in these reminders, these clues that only you, with your genius mind, is able to interpret because you're a genius. Yeah, the word also comes from the Latin root gignere, Gignere, which means to beget or to be born. Ooh, that's so powerful because of all the brilliant things that are born from your mind. So I was saying, I feel like you are someone who, you know, your ability to see patterns where other people don't, your ability to see value in the mundane is genius. Where some people just see, like, I don't know, a hubcap or something, an old hubcap, you pick it up and you put glitter and things on it, and it's suddenly this beautiful artwork that connects us to our ancestors and our roots and helps us, you know, like address our shame and trauma. That's genius. The things that just come out of your mouth, you're just kind of like writing the words that come through you. And for other people, it's like a genius poem. It's a genius song. They're like, "Whoa, how did you even put those concepts together? How did you even pick that analogy and, you know, generalize it to like our human experience?" That's brilliant. That's genius. Your fashion sense. You throw something on and people see you and they're like, "Whoa, I would never have thought to like put that pattern together with this fabric," and you just do it naturally. You might not even realize you're doing it that way. Like, for you, you're just like, I don't know, I just picked up the things that were like, they smelled clean and they were in my immediate eyesight. To other people, that looks like genius. The effortlessness of it is part of it. That you kind of, it's so natural for you, you take it for granted and you don't give yourself enough credit how genius it is. I was talking to my therapist today and I was telling her some of the ideas I have for my website that I'm working on, and these different, you know, community groups and like books and things that I'm trying to write. And I was just sharing, you know, some ideas that came to me, and she was just like, "Oh my, whoa." She was just really like blown away. And, you know, the feedback she gave me was so powerful. And I'm just like, damn, I'm a genius. And you know, when you start accepting your genius, it helps turn on, activate other geniuses. It gives other geniuses the permission they need to accept who they are, which is a genius. So many of us are trying to, you know, talk ourselves out of our genius because it looks different than other people we have been taught to think of as geniuses. We've been taught to think of as like, what's the guy's name? Einstein, as a genius in a very specific way, in a specific mathy physics type of way. I bet you do have a mind that is, you know, expanding our understanding of physics, of the quantum, of what reality is. You might not just be like limiting yourself by the label of physicist or mathematician or philosopher, but you are that. The way you take mundane, everyday concepts and flip them on its head, the way you look at something differently than it's intended and come up with this other beautiful emergent property, genius. So powerful. So yeah, as a genius, I think it's really important to be able to see yourself first. Do not rely on the common person to see you before you do. They don't have the genius eye. You do. So if you see yourself and you're like, man, the thing I just said, the thing I just wrote, like this recipe I just whipped up, this, solution that just dropped in, I'm a genius. That was genius. And you have to believe it, that it's genius, even if your mom doesn't get it. Even if, your coworkers are like, oh, whatever, like, blah, blah, blah. They're not geniuses. They're not supposed to recognize genius. I'm a genius, so I recognize genius when I see it. I know that all I have to do is say the genius things that come to me, and it's going to resonate with other geniuses, people who are here to evolve our species' understanding of what we can do. Part of our magic, our power as humans is to be able to bring something that we think of in our mind into this 3D reality. And now it is real. And we're kind of like taught to not think of that as genius, as like a particularly human quality and ability, the ability to create reality. But I know if you're here and you resonate with me, you are on that path, you understand it, you know it. Even if you haven't been able to prove it with the, accepted sources of the powers that were, you know it. And you know that all you have to do is hold the vision. Hold the vision. Don't allow yourself to be distracted by the 3D. The 3D, the powers that were, they want you to believe you're not a genius. You're just ordinary. All right. So best you can do is maybe sell an okay idea to a rich person and they'll give you what they think it's worth. And that's the best you could do. They're trying to trick you out of your genius, babe. That's how the old world has worked. They are banking on you not realizing how powerful you are. They're banking on you not realizing your genius. They're banking on you not betting on yourself. They're banking on you being discouraged. They're banking on you trying to be relatable to other people. You don't want to be too smart. Y'all ever read that short story? It's called Flowers for Algernon or something. It's about these people, they work in, I don't even remember. It's this like a stupid guy who works like in a factory or something with other people, and the other workers, they make fun of him because he's like a big dummy. Then there is this science experiment, and they make this mouse really smart, and the mouse is like super smart, and the mouse is named Algernon or whatever I said. And so whatever they did to the mouse to make the mouse smart, they tested on this stupid human. And so this guy goes from being stupid and like the butt of his coworkers' jokes to super duper freaking smart. So smart that like he's like writing in his journal and he's just like, man, I can't even communicate with these dum-dums. Like they're just so, and it starts to torture him. It starts to like, he's like, I'm so smart that I can't relate to anyone and I can't even, what's the point of all these things? And like, I think the mouse dies. And then like, I don't know, I think they undo the experiment. So the guy goes back to being stupid. And I think the moral of the story is like, he's like happier when he's stupid. That is the Matrix trying to trick you out of your genius. It is way more awesome to be a genius and to be recognized as too smart. We love too smart people. Everyone loves Einstein. Everyone loves Stephen Hawking's. Everyone loves Neil deGrasse Tyson. We love smart people. We love smart people so much that we attribute the quality of intelligence to people who might just be rich, might just be, a spectacle. We attribute genius. Many people attribute genius to people like Donald Trump, to who did I mention before? Kanye West, to Elon Musk. So you can really just be a dude and people will be like, oh, genius, brilliant. There's so many athletes that people think are like genius. Well, like So the bar really isn't that high. You really just have to be in your zone of genius. Whatever the thing that comes to you easily, genius, brilliant. So I had mentioned, yeah, like the word genius comes from this Roman religion, ancient Roman religion, the word for like this guardian spirit who, kind of determines a person's character and their talents and their traits. And like, yeah, that is what your higher self, who is you, who is connected to source, who signed you up for this earth mission. Go back and watch some of my other episodes because like you signed up to come here and save your bloodline, show them how it's done, change the world. Spirit was like, listen, your bloodline, like they've got so much talent, but they keep getting caught up. They keep hitting a ceiling, and you got to go in there and show them how it's done. You have a genius that tells you how to do it. So you have to just trust it more. We get taught as humans that we are these social animals who rely on learned behavior, someone else teaching us to learn. That's just one of the ways we are able to learn and grow and evolve and harness our power. But we've been taught so much to gaslight ourselves out of our intuition, out of our intuitive knowing, out of just the genius that just comes from us naturally, that someone didn't teach us how to do. You just know how to do it. Someone didn't teach you how to draw. Someone didn't teach you how to make art. Someone didn't teach you how to tell a story. You figured that out. You cobbled it together from all these other, probably not even express teachers. Probably you saw, a movie. You saw a child doing something. You saw the birds doing something, and you were like, I wonder if I can like do that or translate that. And you did, and it's brilliant. It is genius. Very powerful. And so, as a genius, part of your job is to believe it before everyone else validates you. Believe it before other non geniuses do. Okay? And pretty soon, they're all going to be like, oh my God, they were right. Wow, they're genius. How did they know? Because you're a genius. So if you find yourself, uh, you know, thinking in ways that only other geniuses think, that's a clue, babe. You're a genius. Albert Einstein, he was there when Israel started, the terrorist state of Israel came to be. And he was like, these people are worse than the Nazis. These Jewish terrorists trying to steal these Palestinians' lands, they are the bad guy. So it doesn't take a genius to see like the shit that's going on. So it's genius isn't enough. I think it also takes a little bravery. You got to be brave. You got to know that non-geniuses are going to try to gaslight you out of your genius. They're going to try to make you think you're not a genius. You're just an ordinary person. They're only saying that because they're an ordinary person. You, though, you're a genius, baby. All right. I've delivered the message. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know what you think, okay? Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your particular area of genius is. And I know you're probably some like hodgepodge of all these different modalities. And I love to see it. I can't wait. Oh my gosh. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. I love you so much. This is all made up. You're doing a great job. And I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? Love you, Earth Angels. See ya. Bye.